From sun signs to retrogrades, we take you into the world of astrology and shed light on what the stars have in store for you. This is Stargazing.
Sometimes astrology can seem really daunting. And yes, birth charts can look like super complicated trigonometry problems. But once you start learning about it, I think you'll find that it's not that scary at all. From sun signs to birth charts to history, we're leaving no stone unturned. So throw out that beauty magazine because we're doing a serious deep dive.
If there's one thing to get you started in the wild world of astrology, it's figuring out your sun sign. Western astrology has 12 zodiac signs represented in constellations. Your sun sign is the constellation that was directly in line with the sun the day you were born. Because of this, it has a major influence on your personality and what you put out into the world. The lesser talked about moon and rising signs govern other parts of your person, but we'll get into that later.
Hey guys, I'm Colin Bedell. I'm an astrologer and an author, and I'm here giving readings on the street. Thank you. I'm here with Joy. I got Kim here, first-time person visiting in New York today. And what time were you born?
10:30 a.m.
Got it. Is there maybe something particular that you would like astrological counseling or clarity on?
How things are going with work-wise, things like that.
Okay.
How can it help me?
How can it help? Do you have any resolutions or kind of projects coming up in 2019?
Just consistency, keeping motivated.
So you have the planet Jupiter, which rules success, expansion, abundance, and optimism, entering your sector of identity, okay? So this happens once every 11 and a half years. 2019 is positioned to be easily like the newest new year you've ever had.
Okay.
So what you're gonna wanna do is proactively remind yourself, hey, things are gonna go well, this is gonna be wonderful, and my optimism will direct my excitement.
Okay.
There is something in astrology called the North Node, and essentially all you need to know is that the North Star of astrology, Joy, is pointing at Cancer. Yes! 2019, you want to embody the best of the qualities that come naturally to you.
All right.
So what comes naturally to a Cancer? Sensitivity, compassion, creativity, emotional intelligence, protecting home and family, honoring the women in our lives, and building family wherever we go. So if you would like to see your life run well, you just want to let those qualities shine in the biggest way. You were born during a Mercury retrograde, which is very cool, because the planet of consciousness, communication, and the way that you connect ideas, it's our thinking, it's our cognition, it's how we move about the world. That's Mercury.
Okay.
Was retrograde. So the way that you do those things are just a little different. So therefore, you're not always given the encouragement and the empowerment in terms of your intellectual capacity, in terms of your verbal eloquence, in terms of your analytical skills. But guess what? You can do it. Right?
Yeah.
So I just want you to give yourself, like, you know what, I'm not gonna listen to the conditioning and the programming of the past because they have a narrow definition of those things, and I don't have to fit into those qualifications because I know I can do it. If I believe it, then the universe has no choice but to prove it to me because I'm a Taurus, and the minute my mind is made up, it's game over.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So there you go. So nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Yay! My pleasure.
When people think of astrology, they think of their sun sign. And when we read horoscopes, we're reading sun sign horoscopes. But there are many planets, not just the sun. The sun is the brightest star in the sky. And where we have the sun in the chart is how we want to be seen. It's how we want to be recognized by others. The moon in astrology is your feelings, how you want to be taken care of and how you want to be treated. It's your emotional nature. Mercury is your mind. Mercury governs your attitudes, your beliefs, your communication style, and your communication skills. Venus, in astrology, is related to love. It's related to like. Where we have Venus in the chart is where our aesthetic and creative nature comes out. But it's also related to our personal finances, and it's related to our personal value system. Mars in the birth chart is your ego. Mars likes to fight and get things done. Its energies need to be expressed through the body. Jupiter in astrology is related to growth. Jupiter is an expansive planet, and where we have Jupiter in the chart is where we're likely to want to take chances. Saturn in astrology is where we find more of our fears. Saturn governs depression and responsibility. Where you have Saturn in your birth chart, you're likely to have major life lessons. Uranus is a really slow-moving planet, and Uranus is related to autonomy. This planet is not concerned with getting along well with others. It's the part of your nature that is concerned with growing yourself. Neptune is a planet that governs anxiety. Where we find Neptune in the birth chart is where we're inclined to be empathetic, but also where we're inclined to need to have healthier boundaries and take care of ourselves in really kind and patient ways. Pluto is a planet that governs trauma. Now, everybody has Pluto in their birth chart. Everybody has all of these planets in their birth chart. And that doesn't mean that everybody comes from trauma. Where we find Pluto in the chart really describes not only the difficult experiences you've had, it also describes your family members. It describes your early developmental conditions and how they've impacted you. Where you have Pluto in the chart, you're most likely to be intense, a little bit compulsive or obsessive, and your capacity for making big picture change and having real success is signified by Pluto. So the next time you look at your horoscope and you're like, that doesn't really match me, now you know that there's lots of other planets in your chart, and do a little research. Maybe you'll find out that you have some aspects that influence things and make a lot more sense to you.
So there's this big secret when it comes to the 12 signs of the zodiac. Did you know that there's actually a 13th member? Ophiuchus was a fellow constellation, or the lost sign, that was dropped in favor of the more tidy 12 signs which corresponded to the Babylonian calendar. Ophiuchus was all about being spirited, clever, and at times temperamental. So keep your eyes on the stars. The 13th sign may be on its way back.
Have a question about your birth chart? Leave a question in the comments with your sign, and an astrology expert may answer it on Stargazing. Bring the power of your sign into your look. Pretty cool, huh? Now you're an expert on all things astrology. Well, maybe not an expert, but it sure beats getting your info from a magazine. Keep in mind, there's still a lot to learn, not only about the stars above, but about yourself. And we'll be here with you every step of the way.